It's not working, Pat.
Good evening, comedy fans. I'm your host, Fat Pat, and this is Poison Well Live, and my co-host, Sodrain.
Lol, I get it.
On the soundboard. With us is a clever jester. Everyone, give it up for clever jester, everybody. He's here again. He's gonna be our
I'm
super
a big
chat.
fan.
He's our
I
super
feel like
chat.
you guys are actually probably the only two clapping. Like even amongst the chat.
You got the background in there and everything. You look like shit.
Hold on. I'll fix it.
Will you?
Oh man, you're really fucking up.
Oh.
Oh man, now.
No, you got the guy.
Oh man, everything feels weird.
Now we have a special guest. Our special guest tonight is known as Battening, or as I call him, Fat Bat.
Fat Pat.
Hey, watch it there.
How
you guys doing?
He is a portly bat that
He's rotund.
that has
It's pronounced
fired
thick.
shots
It's
right at
2018,
no
dude. It's pronounced
bullshit.
thick.
And
I prefer rotund.
Yes.
he likes the rotund bat.
No, it's accurate. Look at him.
He's got dainty feet to hang from.
He does have dainty little feet.
But you may know Battening for his
Well, for one reason.
savage attack.
Savage.
On no bullshit.
Unwarranted savage outburst.
Just like someone not jumping out of the dugout, but someone jumping out of the stands to just deck no bullshit.
Yep.
So how's it going, Battening?
Pretty good. Just recovering from that 40-minute, hit piece that it was.
So
40-minute hit piece. I love that. That bit actually. That was used a lot. We heard that comment a lot, and still are hearing it. By the way, I heard it just recently.
Oh yeah.
So how are
Made a whole
things-
video about it.
How have things been going since your vicious, unwarranted attack?
Yeah, how's the vacation been?
No bullshit. Yeah, because
Pretty crazy.
It's going to take 3 to 4 months before you'll see another video from him.
We're at the 4-month mark,
Hey.
so we should be due anytime.
Hey, when I started YouTube, I did weekly videos, and I got burnt out within like a month.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't gonna be the new norm, but this has been nice not working on anything for a few months, especially after that. I'd worked on it for like a month and a half straight every day. So vacation was warranted.
I will say that there is an advantage to not getting in your channel's way.
Yeah. Our channel is much better if we just don't upload.
We just
anything.
leave it alone. Every time we upload, we lose subscribers. So actually, we just do better if we just get out of its way, let it grow.
Yeah, let it do its thing.
Without us fucking poisoning the well.
Well, it's just statistics, dude. The more people you offend, eventually you're gonna hit everybody's, soft spot at some point, right?
Right. Everyone has a soft spot. I like to find their hard spot, though.
Oh God.
Where's the button I push?
Real quick, we got a 5 from Ruckus. Here's money for you, you dirty, dirty strippers. Love you guys. Sup, Batsy and Jester. # poison the well for life. And he spelled 4 with just a number because he's clever like that.
Brockis. He's a good
He's
dude.
fucking trendy, dude.
He will throw money at us like we're dirty hookers at VidCon.
Strippers.
Strippers. That's an
Just
important
don't-
difference.
He's gonna
Just don't
request
sneak
a
into the
blowjob.
show.
All right. Look, what I wanted to talk about tonight with Battening was a little bit about this quantity over quality or quality over quantity, whichever side of the argument. I think we're all
We
on the
kind
same
of flip
side.
flop depending.
Depending on just fucking YouTube and what it does. There's also a couple of other topics I want to touch on tonight. One, since a lot of you guys know me as my alter ego Soyfane, who has been doing deep deadly battles with Andy Warski over the last couple of months.
Yeah, on Twitter,
And,
which is like it's not a real platform.
You're not allowed.
You can't argue on Twitter. If you're not on the Kumite, you're on nothing.
Yeah, that's right. It's Kumite or shut the fuck up. But we'll get into. I want to touch a little bit on the breakup, the JF and Andy Warski breakup. And if you don't think it's a breakup, I got some clips that might rid you of that illusion. Also tonight, I wanted to talk about the no bullshit thing with Battening since we got him here. No Bullshit is someone that I'd had some beef with as well. Yeah, I had beef with.
I don't know, man. Listen, if
No
I
Bullshit.
kept
shocking.
everyone you had beef with, then shit.
Yeah, I just fucking. It was the showing up at VidCon, falling asleep in the chair.
I didn't realize that was him.
And sneaking in. I didn't realize it was him at the time either.
Was that the same time was that the same during the Francesca panel, or that was the day before?
That was the Francesca panel. Or wait a second.
No, it was the day before.
No.
I thought.
Yeah, that was the panel with Cat Black.
Right.
And
What's Her Nuts?
Yeah, What's Her Nuts?
Yeah. Okay. I remember now. Well,
Yeah,
but
no,
our boy Joey Salad snuck in too.
Joey Salads. Did he sneak in?
Yeah,
too?
remember he showed that he had a lanyard, but no
He
pass.
did, but he's Joey Salads. He's Joey fucking Salads, guys. He gets a pass.
No, he doesn't get a pass.
Okay, he doesn't buy a pass.
Right.
So anyway, thanks for everybody for fucking coming to hang out with us. I do want to say, send apologies to the Mistaken Lunatics. They're our friends, and we were going to try to show up before this stream and hang out in their stream for a few minutes, but I wanted to set up the stream deck and all that, and we ended up running late.
You actually stopped me from joining. I was about to jump in on their thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Yeah, we're gonna go live with Battening. Just you gotta head over this way." I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't realize."
Oh, were you about to do that?
Yeah, I was already at my computer with my headphones on, trying to log in, and you're like,
My bad. That is so. Not only did I stand them up, but I took their potential guest here, their reserve, their backup guy.
Backup.
That's what I feel.
I'm the showrunner, motherfucker. You would have picked a fight with like Mocha and Robert before you got out of there.
I love Mocha and Robert, and so anyway, if they do a stream regularly on tonight.
On tonight.
On tonight. What is it, Wednesday? Yeah, you should go subscribe to them and just a pity subscribe because I feel bad and I want you to help me feel better. And it would make me feel better. Hold on.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Rain Nation, defender of rights, truth, and liberty. Red alert. Microsoft is banning users for bad words / hate language in email, Skype, Office, Xbox, etc.
Well, I don't know how else to fucking talk because
It's going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah, that's going to be a real problem for you guys.
Those motherfuckers over there.
Damn
it's a bunch of libtards.
Damn
over
it!
there.
It's like there's certain emotions you're not going to be able to express anymore.
How do you not if you're playing Xbox and this 13-year-old calls you a faggot and shoots you in the head? How do you not shout "fuck you, you little shit"? You were adopted.
Everybody gets
You realize that you're an adult and you have a wife and you do adult things.
Then eventually you go all PewDiePie.
Yeah, and you go PewDiePie.
Yeah, speaking of adult things,
Become as relevant as ever.
Our man Fat Pat is buying a new adult home right down the fucking street.
No. My wife is buying me a new adult home and making me have to rush and get our house up for sale as fast as possible. In fact, the real estate agent was calling me right before, like literally calling me when the stream was starting. I was like, I can't keep.
And it's really bumming me out because it's cutting into my video game because now Pat's all like buying a house and can't afford new video games to play with me.
Nope.
It's really bumming me out, Dad.
Well, what? Look,
But it puts me
Bombing
closer to
me
the
out.
studio, and that's more important to me.
yeah, actually, me too. That half an hour apart makes things tough. So glad that we're going to be able to. Hopefully, this will up our production.
Reach out and touch each other.
It'll up our cirrhosis. That's what it's going to do.
What's cirrhosis?
It's a salad dressing.
Is it a Volkswagen? Nobody's gonna do that. That car hasn't been made in 30 years. All right. So anyway, now we got Battening here, and I believe how many people have settled in, or because how many people have settled in here. So, what I wanted to talk about with Battening, and
I have a question.
Okay, please.
Just before we start, because that the No Bullshit video went very, very well for you. It was such a beautiful piece. You know, you
It was.
dotted all your
Thank you.
I's, you crossed all your T's, and you basically you got out there. You got the best points, and I mean, we actually took points from it. We just kind of looked at it, we're like, this is something if we're going to do, and actually we took points when we were going to originally make.
Then we dropped the ball because we're lazy.
We were going to do an Andy Warski takedown basically, and we just kind of decided to just do a live stream instead. But was there any backlash other than from No Bullshit himself? Were you catching fire from anybody, or just praise and great job and succinct?
Not really. I mean, at first, I think some of the people who were on the fence with, they were friends with me and they were friends with him. There's, a couple of those guys that were, they kind of at first took offense to my video. And then after a while, kind of understood it a little bit more, especially after I think his apology came out and the KKK video. So there wasn't a whole lot of backlash. I mean, it was pretty well. I mean, obviously his fans came over and I got a couple comments from them. But other than that, it was shockingly well received. I thought I was going to lose a ton of subs.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that nobody was calling you saltoning or anything like that. Like
that's just how, because you were a salty motherfucker. Everyone went after you, soy boy.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there are some that you could just tell they're like 13-year-olds, and it's kind of a newer. I think one I posted it on there was like, "You're such a soy boy," and stuff like that. There's nothing serious that came out of.
That's the new insult.
Yeah.
You're a soy boy.
Yeah.
Used to be like,
libtard. I got quite a few libtards, which makes me think they didn't actually watch the video.
No, they probably didn't, because it really was not a political video. It really didn't really have anything to do with
I think the most heat that I got for it was going after him for being a conservative, when I never went after him for being a conservative.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
No, I think you critiqued his way of doing things and some character flaws with some morality issues,
and
that was
a touch of lazy production.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think that you ever went after what politically. Now I'm trying to think back to the video. I'm like, I don't remember him attacking.
The only thing I really made ripped on him as far as being a conservative was that he stuck to all the safe conservative talking points. I called him a ripoff of like Mark Dice and PJW and all them. But besides that, I mean, I wasn't really criticizing him for being a conservative. More of just kind of being a parody of them.
I will say this, though. You can, and I did this with a couple of his videos. I went and listened to him. He'll drop into a way of speaking that you can detect he's reading a script. And then I would take some lines from the script and Google them with quotes. And yeah, it was always coming from an article or from Wikipedia. So a lot of the times he was taking some of the things he's talking about especially when he's setting up the story until he gets to his opinion. He's just taking it from other articles, and I found that a little bit lazy. So I think there's some lazy production critique you can give. But
I'll tell you what it is once you start to learn someone else's formula and you start to see behind the curtain, it stops being impressive at all. You start being like, oh, it's right there. That's why I think our formula is great, because ours is all over the fucking map.
Yeah,
that was one thing that I was kind of jealous of. Wasley, yeah, he did a video. I want to say it was about 2 weeks after mine, maybe a week after mine, and he knew who. What's that? CinemaSins.
CinemaSins, yes.
He knew who CinemaSins was.
Let's just call him Cinnamon.
I like a stripper name better.
And started going through all like his old videos and basically showed how Brooks had just over the years, whatever was the popular trend, whether it was Ray Williams Johnson,
I saw that.
Andy Warski, CinemaSins,
where he was trying to be the new Equals 3 or whatever.
Yeah. And he even slipped up and said, "Oh, aren't you the CinemaSins guy?" Like, wait, what? This is a place you've ripped off. So I was kind of jealous. That was one point that I kind of missed in my video that I wish I would have put, but didn't know who CinemaSins was. So
yeah.
Real quick, we got 2 pounds from Mitch. He says, "Fane and Pat will get soy roasis of the liver."
Soy roasis.
Soy roasis. I see what you
that coming. Should have seen that coming. You know what? And actually, I feel like we're going a little slow right here. We did not have a cocktail till we went live.
I know.
We're just on our first cocktail.
I try to chug
everybody
beer.
knows that our fucking personalities at the bottom of these cups.
So you want me to crank it up? Let's take it.
Let's take it up a notch.
Let's go get the crank it up cart.
Reel in the booze. Let's start this fucking party, guys. Somebody was asking what's in the cup. Tonight we are drinking the favored white girl cocktail from 2006. It's a vodka and Red Bull. We're gonna get white girl wasted up in this place.
Well, I have to make the cocktails, I realize, because if I let Fane do it, he'll either not pour enough booze into it, and I'm just hydrating, or he'll pour way too much booze into it, like he's a white girl on spring break, and it's one extreme or the other.
It is spring break. Spring break's starting. It's kicking off, like next week, right?
Well, then maybe I'll let you make a cocktail.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was just in Mexico.
They took your tequila away.
Oh my God. All right, look, I want to tell a story real quick. So, on the day I'm coming back from Mexico, we got to drive from Tulum to Cancun, which is about an hour and a half drive.
I guess, yeah, that's right, because
It's about an hour and a half.
it took about an hour and a half for us.
Yeah, it's about 30 minutes past Xcaret.
That was the other thing that we realized that the last few months, Fane has been to Mexico twice. I've been to Mexico once, and we've basically only been about 5 square miles of each other the whole time.
I was actually at Xcaret and looking out, and out in the water, I see a cruise ship and a couple of fucking hotels. Sky. I'm like, what? Whoa! What the hell is over there? And somebody turned to me and said, that's what's the name of the island that I went to in December? God damn it.
Booze is not.
Yeah, what is that? Like, it's spring break capital. It's not Cancun, but it's the other thing. And I'm pretty sure it starts with a C. Damn it. That island right off the peninsula of Mexico.
It's gone now.
Anyway, that's where I went in December. And somebody said that. I was like, bullshit. Bullshit. So yeah, I traveled down there again and then drove over there and could see the port that I had docked at back in December. And I was like, I am really not exploring as much of Mexico as I thought I would. But I will say it's more fun on the mainland side. It's less touristy there in the Tulum area. You get more of that authentic Mexico. And man, I got drunk a couple of times, and
I was drunk the entire time. I was there for a week, and I was hammered the entire time.
So, but you know, like when I get drunk, I like to shout things, and I'll catch on one thing and think it's hilarious, and I want to tell everybody.
I actually, Jester might remember this. I found footage of us at Dragon Con here in Atlanta.
God, you did.
And I finally found some footage that I had apparently recorded and saved of a hammered beyond recognition Fane, and he's just shouting at everybody. Just
Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah,
that was neat, not at all disturbing. Yeah,
Jester looking like
dude, I got high off your high, dude. I got like what is it, placebo
high? Yeah.
Like I was already a little trash, but then I was enjoying your drunk so much that I was like, I feel like he's doing it right, and he's having way more fun than me. Maybe if I just keep shouting Team 10, that this shit clicks for me.
That's what the thing was.
I don't know.
I kept like getting in the middle of crowds and yelling Team 10 to see who would.
You're in the wrong division, dude.
Yeah, it's a Dragon Con, dude, not VidCon.
That was Dragon Con, you're right. That was Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, some dumb Americans in the chat. She was there.
She watched the spiral downward.
But yeah, so I was doing the same thing in Mexico, but I was telling them that they should build the wall and the guards should be on this side because we're just ruining it. It's a really nice place.
You're ruining it.
I was ruining. That was my point. I came down there and I brought the level of class in Mexico down significantly, I felt.
You and your dirty wiener.
My dirty wiener.
I did see that Mark was in the chat, and he said that he did get that Red Bull cooler for $150, like I told him.
Oh, so he made a counter offer.
He got
That's
the
a good
bigger
deal.
one. We have the small one.
Yeah, this is the small one. That one did look bigger.
I think he got the medium. I think it was a bigger one.
Then they have one, and then they have one that's full like mini fridge.
Yeah, big mini fridge.
Yeah. This is dainty.
We approve anybody that's going to try to make their own booze cart. This is definitely a good setup right here.
This is nice. We're out of Jägermeister. That's why this is that's not lit up right now. We allowed it to run.
No, it's lit up, but it's not doing anything.
It's saying L. It's flashing L, which
you're
means
a fucking
losers.
loser. You have no Jaeger.
Yeah, you're out of Jaeger, you fucking losers. All right. So battening. Let's get back to battening here. Look, enough about me. I'm just kidding. We'll talk more about me later. Battening, you. This is the conversation I wanted to have. This quantity versus quality thing. It's something that we've had. Actually, it's why I enjoyed your channel. Some of you guys who are in the chat may remember 6 months ago when Battening actually had sent us these T-shirts, and we opened them on stream.
Yeah, I opened them up so his address was.
And we're like,
out.
please, everybody, come on, go subscribe to Battening, man. The little guy, little round feller, he deserves it.
Yeah, his wife made us a note.
And we doxed the shit out of him. Yeah, actually, the note from his wife is on our wall.
Yeah, well, I tried not to.
And
I opened it.
And I got payback immediately, man.
Yeah, we mailed you our shirts that you paid for. We're really shitty people.
We are the worst. We're the worst. And so we were like telling everybody, look, you should go subscribe to Battening. Look, when I say these fucking things, guys, I'm being totes serial. One thing we can do, even if we can't put out regular content, is we can recognize quality content and people who care about their production.
Yeah, really
and that's what I always loved about Battening. I think we had subscribed to Battening when he was around 1,500 subs, I think. I really thought his...
I remember when I first started watching his stuff, and then you were like in one of his videos, and I remember being really pissed.
That's right.
A lot.
That's right. I was on the phone with him.
Yeah, we
were doing a phone call.
And you just called me like, "Hey, I did a thing for Battening." I'm sorry. Are we recording a thing? You're like, "No, I
did it.
I already did it."
I got it.
Well, to be fair, Fane was following me on Twitter. Pat, you were not, so you were
I don't
left
follow
out.
anybody. I get yelled at a lot from people because I forget to follow people back because I see their tweets all the time. So I'm sitting there going, "I'm following them."
You see the tweets that they at you in. And you think that that's all they have to say. Anything that doesn't have at Patrick Jolly, doxed.
Doxing is what my Twitter handle is because I refuse to change it.
I know. We're so fucked when it comes to doxing. We're just so fucked. You can just Google our names.
Just Google our stage names and you can find us. It's not
so fucking easy. See you at the front door, everybody.
Come hang out.
Did
we'll
you
buy
lock
drinks. No, I want them to come
I
in.
think the garage door's open. Yeah, come on in. Hang out with us. But so we did this thing. I was like, man, we're talking about, man, we really like doxing. Hope things go well. So he puts out one video. Doxing. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And
thanks.
And so
it's not as good as Doc's Holiday. That was funnier.
Doc's Holiday is really funny. I mean, look,
itself.
Jeff's our friend, but that is fucking funny. And it's just like Soy Fane. That is fucking funny.
If it's funny, I like it.
Yeah.
Like when I was up.
I'll always wear Soy Fane as a badge.
I was up in Eugene visiting Mims and Jeff, and I was like, "Look, man, Doc's Holiday's hilarious."
What did he say?
At first, I could tell he's a little bit like annoyed.
Probably heard it so many times.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's funny. I'm like, no, it's fucking hilarious.
Yes, really.
I was like, that's really good. It's like
it's a really good name.
Did lend itself very well to it. I was like, so, but I'll mock my friends. I don't give a shit.
I can see people like hopping on the plane.
You only mock your friends. What the fuck are you talking about?
Shut the fuck up, Jester.
Jesus.
Shut your mouth.
He doesn't have time. He's too busy mocking us to spend time on his enemies.
Yeah, exactly.
2-spot from Baron Cab. Make some content, Fat Bat.
Yes. Look, I knew that was going to be.
It's a PH Fat Bat.
No, it's definitely an F.
Okay, so I've got a dilemma right now, and it's I kind of ran out of ambition to do the response videos, and I have like 10 videos I could do, but I really liked how I did my last video. I even like the Black Pigeon Speaks video I made. And so I figured eventually I'd go to series. And my goal was to have one out in like January. Obviously, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I remember you making that promise actually.
Yeah, I've made a lot.
We know about making promises we don't keep.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a video out in March, and I started working on the video that you guys know about. Probably 2 weeks ago, I kind of started researching it and doing some key points and scripting a little bit. And I got really excited with that. What I was working on with that, and kind of just ditched the other like 2 videos that I was working on.
That's what we've learned to do is like if you find a passion in something else, ditch whatever else.
Jump what you're on.
Yeah, if you're dragging something in and you're just like you feel like it becomes work, then it's not worth doing.
Yeah, because I'll tell you this. The videos we've done this year, and a couple of them were semi-successful.
Incidentally
successful, like our last one. Which I mean, it got us new subscribers, but it was really something we did on a whim because we were hanging out and we saw this fucking prank video, and we're like, holy shit, how is nobody talking about this kind of shit? So we're like, let's just sit down and throw it. But that's not the content we love to do. So that was a
good video though.
No, that was something we do. Those kind of things are what we're trying to do when we don't have a video we're passionate about to be working on. Is do something like that where we're just talking about a topic. Hopefully we'll land a few jokes and then move on, and get it out quick. And we've got some content out there because the algorithm doesn't give a fuck about how much you think about a topic, how much you spend writing your script and putting in stuff. Look, and I'll point to we have a couple of videos that were victims of this. Riley Dennis being one. The Riley Dennis video we put so much fucking effort into.
I love that video. Jester
was in the video the whole time. You don't see
but
his
was
face
I though?
Jester actually probably gets the most amount of screen time out of the 2 of us, and which is so funny because at that point we were talking about Jester being more an integral part of Poisoning the Well.
Yeah, we were like licking his ass one day and telling him how much we wanted to be in the videos.
That we just want the cute boy in the video all the time. And then we put him in the next video.
We put him in a pilot helmet, and then I wanted the visor down. I wanted him to look more like Riley Dennis. And so I put the visor down, and so you can't tell who he is in that.
Then wrapped him in gauze.
And then we wrapped his whole head in gauze.
It was the best.
Sorry about that, Jester. We're going to get you some screen time, buddy. We love you.
It was a funny afterthought, though, when the conversation with Pat, like wrapping up filming, I was like, all right, so what's the other scene? He's like, no, that's it. And he's like, I feel like you were pretty much wrapped up the entire time there, huh? I was like, yeah, dude. I feel like I did my best to work my way in, but anyway, we got another donation, $2 from Rain Nation, Defender of Rights, Truth, and Liberty. 102 viewers / 32 likes. Pump that thumb, folks.
Oh man,
yeah, everyone,
pump that thumb right in the butthole.
Smash that like button.
Yeah,
that like ratio is all, and there's always 2 dislikes, dude. It's always 2, which I'm convinced is like. Josh Stein,
there's 2 assholes that love to do that.
We have
somebody else who just comes in and they're like dislike immediately.
It's their only way to balance the world. They're like, nah.
Oh.
To be fair, I've got a video that's got like 1,500 dislikes on it. So.
God damn it, you're so lucky.
That's not fair. That's
I would
sad.
kill that.
Why?
1,500 dislikes. He is so famous, and I feel like we made him.
We did make him.
Yeah, when we opened his gift to us. On our stream, remember that?
That was it.
I would like to say I was still under the 1,500 mark when I subscribed to him. I'm an OG, dude. I was there when you guys first brought him up.
Yeah, because man, I really liked his content.
How can you not enjoy Bat cartoons, dude?
Yeah, but now, all right, now,
regardless,
how many subs do you have now since that video, Battening? I'm just curious.
Well, when I made the video, I had 5,200, and right now I've got over 18,000.
Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit.
Get him off! Fuck this you suck it! Throw him out of here!
You shouldn't have done that, dude.
Hey, Real was asking for some blood sports, so we can start that now.
All right, let's make up.
I'm glad I could make that happen for us.
I need a cocktail. I'm shaking bones in this glass right now.
Oh, really real quick, we also got a $5 from Jables Boogly. You guys there?
Yeah.
We got a $5 from Jables Boogly. I'm never seeing that video with Jeff, am I? You guys teased it so hard. That's true, man. We're all waiting for it. I'm waiting for it, dude.
actually on my personal channel is a making of video. All right.
And Rhino donated too, said franchise Sofane reporting in.
All right.
No, the reason that video I think was so popular was that, I mean, pretty much the only thing that I tagged in that video was no bullshit. And for some reason, the algorithm picked it up, and on every single one of his videos, it was putting that as the top recommended.
I'll tell you
it was getting
wow.
more. Wait, hold on, because hold on, because it was getting more views than his videos.
Lol.
Well, the thing
just had to
is,
throw that
what
in there.
happens here is the algorithm is looking at watch time, and I will say this, that the video you made, it moved at such a proper pace, and it just kept you on there. Your average watch time on that video had to be, 20 plus minutes.
Well, that's what we kind of noticed that with our last video because it was 20-something minutes long, and we kept people, I think,
You got to keep them there. It's not just about the length of your video. You got to keep people interested so that average watch time, which is how Google makes its fucking money. And so,
Right.
and so since your topic was related to that, you were at the end of his videos a lot. I was seeing that a lot, and I was like, man, it's fucking brilliant. And plus, I think you were the first person to really start talking about that. Really, I mean.
No, I gotta give that to Real. He was the first. I think he made a video in July about his transgender video.
Real was making videos in July?
Yeah.
How we doing?
He's in the
Cheers.
he's in
Cheers,
the chat.
everybody.
Real's in the chat, and I gave him a wrench.
Is he? I didn't know he. Oh my God, Pat!
I know, dude. I'm
Wow!
gonna see that butthole later, dude.
Oh God, that shot made my nipples hard. I got tough nipples now. I'm gonna rip my shirt. Rip my favorite battening shirt.
Tough nipples now, dude.
Rip my favorite battening
Hey,
shirt.
I do have there's a fan of mine in the chat. I'd like to say hey.
You can do whatever you want here, man. You're famous.
Superstar,
We're just trying to ride your coattails.
Well, this fan wanted me to name my kid after him, so I was,
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
no bullshit.
Did he make a really? Oh,
So what's the guy's name? Who wants you to name a kid after him?
Is it Brooks?
Oh, I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Oh well, look, I love this. I love all of this. But man, I am really happy to see some success. But you do need to put out some videos. You do need to crank this out. And I understand.
Yeah,
it's a matter of having passion for the video.
That's the biggest. Been the toughest.
I respect
draw
that.
because we had a bunch of offers to do videos for bigger channels all at once. I mean, we were maybe 4,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we got this like opportunity to do a Logic video, and we just decided to do something completely different. I made this little rap video.
Yeah,
and
made him promise he would publish it no matter what.
Basically, it's kind of like the way I got my first blowjob. I basically look, if I take my pants down, you have to suck it, right?
No matter what.
No matter what,
This is deal. Pinky swear.
you gotta suck it regardless of how dirty it is.
No matter what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like, just like a mashed, batting mitt. you gotta find it. And
Promises.
So, so all of a sudden, this rap video went on. We really did not know how it was gonna go, and
Or how to make a rap video.
or how to make a rap video. And it went very, very well. And the next thing we know, we had a bunch of people requesting us to do videos for them, and we basically just panicked
and just didn't do
and
it.
just didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. Didn't do any of those guest videos.
No, all the guest videos we were offered by much, much larger channels, and we just refused to do
Flew it off. Like we are going to take this channel and we're going to fly it into the fucking ground and we're going to do it ourselves. The reason this thing tanks is because of this guy and this fucking guy.
Mainly this guy.
I'm doing my best.
who are you pointing at? I can't tell.
Fucking up my channel really good.
Yeah. Now look. Can we talk about another? Can we move on to another topic here?
I would love to move on to another topic.
All right. Did you have anything you want to talk about? I'm going to pull up some.
Well, I did want us to cover the vicious and horrific.
Wow, that last shot, dude. That last shot took enunciation right out of my mouth.
I'll tell you something about vodka. It makes me more drunkerer than anything else in my life.
Yeah, because we never drink vodka.
Don't drink it.
Don't drink it. Like not since like they interfered with the election. That's when we're like, that's enough. We used to drink a lot of vodka.
Did we?
Yeah, man. Fucking Red Label Smirnoff. That used to be our jam. Buying those handles.
Yeah, it was so cheap.
Yeah, remember the time we just fucking blew... Oh, never mind.
We blew what? Each other? What the fuck? Finish that sentence.
Next time we blew that hobo after we drank all those mimosas at brunch.
That drifter.
He's just wandering through town.
He asked to give us a blowjob. We misunderstood. We just started sucking him off.
And they still gave him $40.
Vodka, everybody.
So
yes, the JF who was running Andy Warski's channel.
Basically.
And man,
let's get into it. Let's get soy fame.
Yeah, soy fame.
Oh man,
so salty. Go. What do you have to say about the JF breakup, which according to Andy was not a breakup?
It's not a breakup, he says. But anyway,
I watched that video. I watched that video this morning, and I mean, I've never really had a beef with Andy, but man, watching that video, it was like the girlfriend who's with the abusive boyfriend. He's like, no, I just wanted to let everybody know that everything's fine and we're still getting along. I was like,
know.
Oh, this is hard to watch.
I know. And the tweets that followed, it was like, no, everybody, it's cool. I'm like, okay, then where's Chris? But where's Chris? Where's the ex that everyone liked? Where's Fun Bobby?
Bobby, yeah, bring back Fun Bobby. But no, the thing is, now I listened to the original, them two crossing swords a little bit on the Kumite. I think it was the day before yesterday, and Andy did the same thing he did with me on the Kumite, which was he started out strong, and then started to fold. But what was hilarious to me was JF was trying to tell Andy how Andy should have reacted to JF telling him to shut the fuck up, and that he wasn't smart enough to add anything to the debate. And then mainly it was because JF was losing the fuck out of that debate because he really didn't understand what a universal claim was. It was embarrassing. I shouldn't know that. There's a period at the end of that sentence. I shouldn't know that. But when I know what he can understand a universal claim, and JF was having a difficult time really grasping what that meant, and he just looked silly. And so when Andy tried to jump in, JF told him to shut the fuck up, and that he was too stupid to add anything to it. Now, so Andy was like, man, on the Kumite saying, man, look, this is my fucking channel. And for the last couple of months, I feel like I'm just an observer while these debates happen, and I chime in every once in a while.
The way I felt about it was because I do outside of YouTube, we are friends with Andy. We became buddies with him before VidCon. We hung out with him through VidCon, and he's a really great guy. He's really funny.
He's actually a good guy.
Yeah, really funny. Like outside of the regardless, because everyone sees just the politics, because that's all that they're talking about. So you think like when you meet him that's all he's gonna. No, he's just a cool chap. And
a cool chap.
He's a cool chap, and we had a great time hanging out with Andy. So when this shit started going like sideways, it really felt like once he lost Chris, and then JF came in, it did feel like he picked up a different hooker, and he just leaned his chair back, and instead of the hooker blowing him, the hooker just started driving the car. I don't know if
that's not the gear shifter.
I don't know, but it's a funny description, and it's like some kind of low rent, skanky kind of smells your car up Uber, but I like it. I don't know if it's apt, but I like the analogy.
That's how I felt.
It's colorful.
It felt like JF was starting to drive the channel, even though
he was, and I think Andy was pushing back.
Seat, but he was driving the channel, and finally,
is that me or is that you guys?
Everyone asked for Andy to like step up, own the channel again, make it your show with a co-host. Like if Andy Richter suddenly kicked Conan's chair out from underneath him,
Conan would beat the shit out
of
that.
Beat the dick off of that dude. Not in the fun way, but maybe the fun. I don't know how they deal with things over there in Canada, in Frenchland.
Yeah.
Your guys' mic is all fucked up.
It's
ours. Hold on.
I'm telling you, it's hilarious. Everything I'm saying. Everyone keep laughing.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We're crushing.
Smash that like button.
Is that better? Is this better?
It seems fine in the stream. I just listened to the playback on the stream. It seems fine there, but it's just on us. It's like super crackly.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Is it because I'm yelling a lot? Because I'm for it.
Is it better now?
No, it's still bad.
I'm trying to
Here,
look
I'm gonna try
solo cup
refreshing
with the
mine.
string attached to your solo cup.
Crackle. You got to run it through.
I got too many USB ports here, man. I got fucking USB.
I mean, you're audible enough to where we can hear you, and it doesn't seem to be coming through on the stream, so I think you're all right.
Okay. Look, stream.
How are you going to stop me in the middle of my rant? Man.
Yeah, you're crushing it. You're crushing
That's like someone being in the passenger seat of a car and leaving a seat back, and they grab the e-brake.
Give us another car analogy, dude.
Look, all I've got is that.
But throw in a hooker this time, will you? That's what was killing it.
I'm calling them the hooker. If I pick them up and they get in the passenger seat, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You're supposed to. Jesus Christ, man! I hate when
you let hookers in your passenger seat. Stop! I'm not touching your wiener. All right. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit. All right. So that.
See, no bullshit says it sounds good to him.
All right.
And I believe him when he says it.
I said it sounded fine on the stream. Just for us, it's super crackly.
Shut the fuck up, Jester. I'm listening to no bullshit now.
Yes.
I want someone to make sense in this whole fucking thing.
A name we could trust.
You might as well drive off a bridge at this point.
Stop it.
It's like I'm in the passenger seat now and I'm pulling it off the bridge.
Yeah. Getting
I don't know this analogy.
Some hand stuff as I'm Thelma and Louising it off of a bridge.
I'm just giving a hand to Thelma while Louise pulling.
So this
driving the mystery machine. I don't understand your analogy.
Yeah, look.
Thelma is driving. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't look.
Daphne's there.
We've screwed this up. So anyway, the Andy and JF are talking this out, and JF's telling Andy how he should have handled that situation. He was like, "Oh no, what you were supposed to say is, oh JF, no, you dirty Frenchman."
Look, let me.
I only have one accent,
yeah,
everyone, so you have to get my impression. It's the same impression I get for everybody.
It sounds slightly French and slightly Italian.
And well, there's a little Mexican.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought a little like for my brown skin brothers.
It's bad. Go, keep going though.
I only have one foreign accent, and so that's what you're hearing.
It's kind of like, everything amalgamation of everything.
Yeah, you're the fucking voice guy. So Andy, what you're supposed to say is, "Shut up, JF, you stupid Frenchman," and I'm like, "That's not funny, JF. That's just not funny." And he's telling me, Andy, I'm a character. I'm trying to play a character here. And holy fuck, it was so cringy to listen to while he's telling Andy, who, whether you think he's funny or not, has built his channel on comedy and being, and poking fun at things. And then JF, who's built his channel on Andy, is dry as fuck. And so listening to him say that on the Kumite, I was like, man, there's a problem.
Look,
this isn't going to work.
Look, let me tell you something. As far as that I've seen for JF's humor that we're speaking of, was when someone called him out for having sexual relations with a mentally challenged girl. He goes, "Oh no, I did not have sex with it." I'm trying to do your accent, by the way.
Are you gonna? You're doing.
I'm being an impression.
My impression of me doing an impression.
I don't want to confuse people with the accents.
Right. That's fair enough.
No. I did not have.
No.
I did not have sex with a retarded. I made love to a retarded girl. That was the peak of his comedy brilliance. Like,
and he didn't know he was doing it.
Oh God.
But so what happened is this led to this where. This situation where Andy's like, "Look, man, I'm not even present on my channel. I want to start doing other things. We can have these debates, but I want to start doing other things." Like he even said, every time we do a stream, I lose hundreds of subscribers, which is true. If you go look at Andy Warski's Social Blade right now, he's like averaging over the last 28 days of losing 3 subscribers, where we're averaging gaining 20.
Hear that, Battening?
Boom! Battening 20.
Yeah, there for a while I was loving life. For like 20 days straight I was gaining like a few hundred a day.
Yeah,
it was great.
I know. triple digits a day. I know. I was watching it. I would sit and put it up.
Fucker.
I would cast it to the big TV in my living room, and then just weep on the love seat.
Using my
I can't even
tears.
sit there. I haven't sat there in months because of it. But look. So now a lot of you may not know, but JF, he did a live stream after this Andy Warski thing.
This
Now,
weird.
Andy said, like, hey, we're not breaking up. It's gonna be okay. I just fell down the stairs. He didn't hit me.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. He just loves me in a weird way.
I just ran into the banister a lot.
But now, I want to play a couple clips, and let's see if we can get these to here because this one here, we'll start off with one because this. And it's going to be a little quiet, and I'm sorry about the volume. I'll try to do what I can. But everyone lean into your headphone. And let's hear what JF has to say. Sorry, we just got to...
You wouldn't put the soundboard near me? Is that why?
Yeah, because you would just press the soundboard part. Press the sound effects. And we're going to turn it into the Morning Zoo Crew.
Yeah!
I'm Sophane, and he's the Badgers. The Badger.
Why am I the Badger?
I don't know. One of them's always named after an animal. All right, here we go.
Why would it be you?
Let's listen to this.
You're the
Let's listen to this.
porcupine.
Let's listen to this. Let's see. Give me a second. I need to find out how to turn this up because you can't hear it at all, can you?
Again, what you're
Wow.
doing, which is bad, which is...
All right, that is so quiet. Can anybody hear that? All right, I know you guys, look, Battening and Jester probably won't be able to hear this.
Well, don't you have this?
All right,
We
here
can
go.
barely
Wait.
hear you, dude.
Yeah,
You guys,
we can't hear you.
The audio's getting worse and worse. It's so crackly now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I can hear Jester fine.
All right, well here
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
gonna try to fix that while we play this clip and see if you tell us if you hear this in the chat.
What's that? What line is this? That's the second computer?
That's the mic on the camera. All right, you ready? All right, let's play this, and I'm gonna reset our mic.
Which is bad, which is listening to people in DMs. You are not autistic enough. You are listening to people socially too much. It won't be a long-term connection with parents that you can work together if you are like that. I remember...
Hold on. All right.
Wait. What was that? I couldn't.
That
pick
was JF, and it was really quiet, and I'm sorry, guys.
You'll have to figure out how to make the audio better on that.
But what JF was trying to say in that clip, and I don't know if our audio is any better, but what JF was trying to say in that clip was that Andy was listening to other people too much. He was listening to what people were saying too much. And that he needs to stop listening to other people and listen to JF. It's really one of those clips that makes it sound like he's an abusive boyfriend.
Yeah, basically, no one in the chat could even hear.
All right, y'all probably didn't hear that. Look, let's try this other one because this one's louder.
I hope so.
All right,
The last
here.
one, no one could hear JF at all.
All right, sorry. I'm gonna link it later.
The fact is,
No, that's low.
let's be honest here. Andy Warski has always had too many subs. That's the truth. He's always had too many subs for his content. And so if we can find content that still increases his sub count or keeps it stable, it's a fucking miracle. Okay? In the current YouTube paradigm, it's a fucking miracle from God. And if Jay Dyer is listening,
All right.
I'm sure he
anyway.
will.
That's right.
Okay. Okay,
No.
so
I don't know if you guys in the chat heard this.
So what was going on there is JF basically is saying that Andy Warski has way too many subs.
Yeah, he's like, we all know that Andy Warski has too many subs.
So he's saying it more like matter of fact, like everyone already knows.
Everybody knows that
he has more subs than he deserves.
And so what he was saying was that since JF and Andy weren't losing subs, they were maintaining. He was like, look, if you can generate content on Andy Warski's channel that doesn't lose subs, then it's a fucking miracle from God. That's a fucking quote. If Andy continues to allow JF to be on his channel, and we need to call someone. They need couples therapy.
Look, if you start
Planned Parenthood can always help.
Yeah.
No, a cyanide capsule will work. What the fuck? Like, if you start shitting on my channel and then expect that I'm still going to allow. JF has, 30-something thousand?
Last I looked was 35,000. I think maybe
but I feel like
pushing
a lot
40
of that,
now.
that's bolstered by the backing of Warski.
Absolutely.
So when you're mocking a channel that had grown much larger than your channel before you even became any part of it.
Before anybody knew who you were.
And you're willing to continue to just, I don't know, man. It feels like it's the upset boyfriend that got broken up with, and he's like, no, she's nothing without me. Basically, I brought her out of nothing, made her shit popular, not realizing that the content was shifted at the time when you got brought in.
That's right. JF, what you brought, and somebody just said this in the chat, they're absolutely right. JF is responsible for garnering poll trolls.
Yes.
That's exactly fucking right. You brought some people from poll, and what they did was they fucking hammer that super chat. And so that makes it, look, I get it. If people are some of the super chats, $250, $500 to start out a show. Man, it makes it really fucking difficult to walk away from that when you're getting thrown that kind of dollars. And they're not doing it because the show is so over the top entertaining. They're doing it to let you know this is what that these people want. This is what the content they want you to keep doing. And then that'll do it. The crowd pushes your content.
But the surge happened, and then the surge started to decline. Andy at least pays attention, which I actually appreciate, that he paid attention to what was happening,
right?
And saw the sudden I felt like it was like falling off a cliff. The decline on his views.
Yeah, and you could almost point at one specific date when it started to happen, and that was when Andy and I faced off on Bloodapalooza.
Is that what happened?
Since then, man, the take is boom, take it. Everybody's like, oh man.
You point at all the issues.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. I'm sorry, Andy. I owe you an apology. And if you were going to VidCon, I'd pierce your other ear for you.
Pierce his diaphragm.
Free of charge. Pierce his diaphragm. Get that hymen. Get that sweet hymen. You want a drink?
I thought you'd never ask. Make it like a white girl.
You got it.
I'm crashing here tonight, by the way. Battening, have you kept up on any of the things that are going on the YouTubes, or are you busy being a bat daddy?
No, that's not till July. So I got a few months of life left.
Okay, I was like, it's gonna go bad south. It's gonna go south.
No, I've been paying attention.
Yeah, I've been dealing with something in that realm, and that the reason I'm suddenly moving to a new house is because the wife wants to prep for the babies.
The baby!
She isn't.
Yeah, that
pregnant.
ship's already sailed over here.
She's not even pregnant, but she's such a Type A personality.
She thinks you're so potent that
yeah,
your seed is so strong.
I am convinced that I am actually sterile because
I think it's probably as thin as mine. There's a reason I've never had a
yeah,
baby.
I'm telling you, at this point, I have done the pull and pray method for way too often to never have had a scare.
Yeah.
That at this point, nah,
yeah,
dog,
I know, dude. It was
happening.
when I was your age. Back when we started
that
this
was,
channel.
That was over a decade ago. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
So I'm guessing you have been paying attention then to all the drams that have been going on, right? That's to you, Battening.
Yep, I had the mic muted. What was that?
He's like, I stopped listening to your stupid shit. So you have been paying attention to the drams that are going on. Why all of a sudden this?
I can barely understand you guys.
What the fuck?
How? I'm telling you.
Let me work some of my magic, man. You're gonna really like this.
Is there a way that you can do it without using this? And we can just.
Well, real quick, while you guys are doing that, we got a $10 from Rhino. Says, so what are you saying? Oh, so what you're saying is people will super chat if they enjoy your content. That explains things around here.
Yeah, that does explain things. It explains why we don't get any super chats. But hey, thank you very much. You just became our number one favorite person. Hey, can you guys hear us now?
Yeah,
that sounds way better.
Okay, what it is, I'm using the microphone over here. We have 3 microphones, so I'm just going to use a different microphone.
Fancy 3 microphones.
The chat seems to understand us, right? Oh, what is a dram? Oh, wow.
Sorry, I was talking internet.
Birdhead.
It was internet talk.
Yeah, drams is drama.
Yeah, that's the drams.
The drams.
Which, incidentally, Fane was able to pull us into some of it.
With my uncanny abilities of just making people.
Are you mixing
I'm
into
stirring it.
iocane powder?
I'm stirring it, yeah. Giving you a little sweet fucking vomit juice.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Got a quick 2-piece from JT Yearsley. That's not true. Lol.
All right. Now our guests can hear us. And I'm hoping everyone in the chat can hear us. PTW is much quieter than them. Okay, well then watch this. Watch this action. Fucks.
Yeah, turn them down. Fuck them.
Yeah. What now? What about now?
Haha, motherfuckers.
All right. Oh, the drama. Yeah. Oh, the drama. Dram equals small amount of liquid. Is that true? Hellbound Heathen just said that dram is a small amount of liquid. Is there an actual word that's associated with dram? I mean, a meaning?
I'm gonna put some
Sounds like a thing.
dram in the comforter of the sheets tonight.
Nope.
A small drink of whiskey or other spirits often used in humorous imitation of Scottish speech.
I don't
Yeah,
buy it.
ignore that.
Ignore that.
That doesn't sound
Strike
right.
that from the record.
Stick that in your funkin' wagnalls.
We dram to ward
No
off
one
the
gets
winter.
Funkin' wagnalls. Yeah, they do. People love the funkin' wagnalls. All right. So anyway, we'll wrap. Look, I'm just gonna wrap up the Andy Warski thing. Everybody, his viewership should go up ridiculous because I'm really curious about what happens. I'm probably not gonna resubscribe to his channel.
Wait, did you unsubscribe us?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll just go there if I want to fucking see his goddamn content.
And that's
He never been subscribed to our channel. Why the fuck do I care? I'll go to his
He hasn't
channel.
been subscribed to our channel?
Never.
That son of a
That's rude, dude.
You know
Yeah, he
what?
didn't even follow
You
me on
peer-
Twitter until we got in a pissing
free, bro.
fight.
Follows me on Twitter.
That's fucked up. Bats don't drink. Who said bats don't drink? Do you not drink?
No, I'm drinking now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I took a drink as you were asking.
Drink.
I was mainline Coke. What?
That does sound.
We got a $5 from Inane Dragon. How don't you two know that a dram is roughly 2 ounces of liquor?
Because who the fuck drinks 2 ounces of liquor?
Yeah, that doesn't even
Fucking
make sense.
pussy.
If you want me to get into drama, it's usually 6 to 8 ounces.
Six or above, bro.
Yeah, 6 to 8 ounces. I'll go get some fucking Twitter drams.
Didn't Inane make a sweet debunking of our channel like a year ago?
Yeah, he did. It's
Where
really
he
funny.
did a comedy breakdown of our formula.
Yeah.
Was that
He
the
did.
one where it was about Pat?
No. That
Being
was
the beautiful-
atomic. What's his nuts?
Yeah. I
And
remember.
no. Inane did a breakdown on how
Of our comedy formula.
our comedy formula and broke it down. If you haven't seen his channel.
Yeah. So look.
Dick and farts and spaghetti.
Basically,
That's their formula.
wow, you should make a video.
Yeah.
Wow, so it feels like you got it nailed down.
Exposed.
Exposed.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah, 3+ drams. That's right.
Real quick, do you guys know who the first blood sport battle was on Worski's
What
channel?
was it?
You guys should know.
Actually, I believe that December 27th is when I spoke up. That was the night after Tara McCarthy.
It was way before that.
And the Tara McCarthy one's the one that set me off, but that was not the beginning. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I know that. Look, you got my research, baby.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the first one was me and Brooks. It had like 2,000 viewers.
You know what? That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. And you know what's funny is you didn't exactly get a fair shake on that.
The time frames do line up. You're right.
You're right. You're right. I remember that stream.
So you're the one that cracked that bottle and made this shit.
Oh my God, Battening fucking like.
Yeah, and the viewership went up, and ever since then and then right after that was when all that Kraut stuff happened. So.
Yeah, that was right after that was.
Not to take credit or anything, but
you know what? Let's talk about Kraut for a second.
I have seen Kraut has started to slip back into Twitters again.
I want to talk about Kraut. Let's talk about Kraut, and I want to talk about the
Kraut.
Parentheses.
Kraut.
Parentheses. Kraut. I want to talk about that for just a second.
Does everyone?
Are we cool with? Has he served his time?
Yeah, he's been on internet because he's used to like just bailing on the internet for a few months. Let
let's everybody clear. He goes into fucking like timeout, and everybody bags on him. Are we forgiving him yet? And are we forgiving all the other people who were involved in a doxing server that I still can't identify who was doxed in?
It was the intention.
Who was doxed?
No one was doxed. No one got doxed, actually. But
yeah, nobody was actually doxed.
But
wait a second,
Jeff and
this
Kraut,
whole thing was over thought crime. Like
it was that they basically everyone saw that there was potential
for doxing
for an attempted doxing that never came to fruition because basically the internet intervened before the doxing happened, so no doxing actually occurred, but. You're still guilty. It's like
well, we have an expert on the panel.
Was it Minority Report? Is that it's it's a pre-crime.
Pre-crime, right? Like a little wooden ball came out that said
red ball came out and they're like pre-crime.
Yeah, they're like Dox Holiday, and Andy Warski like catches it. Is he?
Yeah, he's Tom Cruise.
He's Tom Cruise.
And the rest of the internet are the precogs that basically sent Warski, and Warski had to go shut it down, dude. He had to go run over there and then karate chop because he couldn't get to Kraut because Kraut just bailed, right? But he knew he could just to Jeff.
Well, anyway, look, you were around for all of this Battening. I'd like your take because that exploded right while you were in the spotlight.
Well, what sucked is I was involved in it. So not involved in the actual server. So. After my no bullshit video, Wisely came to me, and I think he said this on Twitter, and he said, "Hey, Kraut." Yeah, he said, "Hey, Kraut wanted you to DM him on Discord. Do you have a Discord?" And so I got on my Discord, messaged Kraut, talked to him, privately about pretty much about my video, and then talked a little bit about the alt-right and my just random shit, and. He asked, he said, we have some academics. If, you guys need sources for anything, just come in here. We'll watch each other's videos, make sure you're not, saying something stupid. And I was like, yeah,
so, sounds like a good service. It sounds like a good service for a skeptic to have.
Like a think tank.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, to me,
proofreading.
To me, what I saw it was no more, no different than like a group chat on Twitter.
Well, we have that one.
He got invited and we did not.
Because they see our content, dude.
It passed us so fast.
It doesn't matter.
We broke my neck trying to watch doxing
we were
pass
in
us.
What we used to use, there's a Skype group that Eastith Original started, and so like
the Cool Kids Club.
The Cool Kids Club that we all on Skype can chat around with each other, and we could pre-show a video there and
get some feedback.
Yeah, get a little immediate feedback before we put it public.
That was helpful.
Right.
It was helpful.
But, the Discord, man, it's too popular.
So, basically, that was the same kind of thing, right, Battening? That's how you saw it.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much saw it as, Wisely was in there, Bunty was in there, Jeff Holiday. So, it wasn't like, Kraut and then a bunch of nobodies who I didn't know who they were, and just, I thought these were, pretty cool people. So I was like, yeah, I'll join. Then after that, I didn't really do anything on it. I never really got on it to do anything besides like Kraut would DM me or something, and we'd chat for 2 minutes, and then a month later he'd DM me again. And then that's when all the stuff at the fan, and of course I was accused of doxing dumbass over there, and
so your name,
it was,
your name came up in the big screenshot list, I guess.
Yeah, I remember
Wisely seeing it. I remember seeing Woz.
Wisely kind of put it to rest in his video. He showed the activeness of all the people on the server, and my name didn't even show up as messages sent, so that's how active I was on the server.
That's why I saw Woz.
Real missed opportunity, buddy.
I didn't see Woz saying, because I think originally it was called Targets, and Woz was like, "Hey man, I think the name of this is a little aggressive."
Didn't he suggest they change it like persons of interest or something like that?
Yeah, change it to make it sound less aggressive. And then Woz got called out on that. Like he literally just said, "It sounds bad the way you're phrasing this."
Well, and the thing was, obviously, like I said, I wasn't really active on it, and I was, still a pretty new member when it all came, got blown up and stuff. I think I had been on it for about a month, because I think that was mid-December, end of December.
Yeah, it was.
So something like that, and I couldn't see almost anything. Like they had those, people of interest or whatever the hell it was named. And they had just, random people in there, and you'd click on it and there wouldn't be really anything in there. So I don't even know what information, if there was, what it was. And I think most of the outrage came because there was a second server.
That's what I heard. Was the second server
and that was
more guilty server or something.
Yeah, that was apparently narrowed down like 5 or 6 people to my now. I still don't really care enough to know about it, but there's, a handful of people in there, and I think that's where they got all the audio from.
Yeah,
it was a dumb situation, because like Thunderfoot had just joined, and so he got dragged under the bus. Real had just joined, he got dragged under the bus. So,
well, you know what? Damn it, nobody invited us.
No one does. Well,
like, what are we gonna do? Peer review somebody else's video?
At this point, like we learned this last year at VidCon. Particularly when Andy was dealing with the crazy hair potential,
which he handled like shit.
Yeah,
but anyway, go ahead.
No one handled it well.
That is so true. No one handled that well.
No.
Except us.
Yeah,
we crushed it because we didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, we didn't give a shit. But there's a Twitter group that all the quote unquote skeptic community was all involved in, and so it was like a chat group. So on Twitter, to find out where everyone was going or what people were doing, you just jumped in on Twitter real quick and looked in that chat group, and everyone was just having
and a lot of huge creators.
Yeah,
we were
the smallest by a lot.
Creators.
I
don't know how we got invited.
Mims. So everyone loved Mims, so she got us in. So we were in there with like Blair White and Andy Warski, Armored Shoe, all those people, like
and it was just a chat group.
Carl Benjamin, all that shit. So it was like one of those things where we all just kind of chatted amongst each other about what we're gonna do, who we're meeting up with, blah blah blah. But next thing we know, especially after the crazy hair situation, we had to like make different chat groups. And one night we had to like change 3 times in a row different chat groups, because someone that was in the get added list in those chat groups was adding someone else that was sending information.
That was not cool, dude.
Super not cool.
So screenshot of conversations.
Yeah, we had to be very, like Bunty was getting frustrated because he had the house everyone was hanging out with.
Yeah, people don't realize, man, YouTube is fucking cutthroat.
Yeah, and that
send spies and
everyone
shit.
just, if they can find private conversation and expose a private conversation, that gives them
they'll do it in a heart fucking beat.
Yeah, it gives them one up in the community as far as they're concerned, at least for the moment.
There's something to interject real quick. There's something, if I can give any smaller than me, I should say, YouTuber any advice,
it's us.
Never say. Yeah, I never say anything in DMs, no matter how close you are to the person. Never say anything in DMs, because it's going to be leaked. And Wisely put that in one of his videos.
Okay, I felt like that was a threat.
Yeah.
Coming right at us.
He's threatening us.
The
threatening us.
problem is you say it on Twitter instead of in a DM.
I don't know the difference between my DMs are a fucking mess. So anything I gotta say, I'll just say it out in the open.
Yeah, if I have to DM somebody, I typically DM Pat because it's a way quicker response.
I tend to respond to battening. At this point, messaging Vane, you're in the list of calling him a faggot and sofoy. Like sofoy.
Sofoy, I like that. Soyfane.
Soyfoy.
Get it right.
Sofoy.
Make the funny version.
I'd like to hold on. Can I read the DM that Pat sent the other day and
Did it make sense?
Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, while he's looking that up
expose
real
it.
quick, we did get a $5 donation from Solvis. Says kick thee.
Kick me.
So we're gonna give some Kumite peeps.
We had
so the other
some-
day I messaged you guys. I messaged you guys. Pretty much Pat is the only one that I'm guessing got it.
Yep.
And asking if you guys would like to do a piece for the new video that I'm working on. To which I got the response from Pat that says, "I'll speak for Fane and say, yes, we're in."
Yes.
Of course, he probably would say something more along the lines of, "I'm a big old douchebag covered in spikes. I can't do anything right. Ask Pat."
Docs. This is private. This is a private conversation.
Exposing DMs, dude. These YouTubers got no credit.
You were tagged in
Wait a
it.
second.
You could have seen it. You piece of shit.
Wait, I was in the conversation?
Yes, you're in the conversation.
Yeah, that was to both of you.
It was to both of us.
You got a private.
And I knew
DMs,
I
man.
could just make the. I was like, yes, we're in. But I was like, well, that's not what Fane would say. He'd probably say something where he's championing me as like the best person ever.
Probably. That sounds right. That doesn't sound right.
But you're a piece of shit, then.
But the thing is, if we're going to be able to have if I don't see what the problem was, your dog is outside going ape shit.
Well, there's a pig next door that needs to get
There is
skinnier.
a pig next door that the dog just barks at nonstop. Every time Pat's over and he brings center,
I'm gonna go get him.
just go beat him.
I gotta piss anyway. Let's just you do your thing.
But the thing is,
Fuck, I almost got spiked.
I feel like I've watched Jeff and like secondhandly Wizard of Cause suffer a lot because of that server. I never could quite get the crime other than Jeff upset or offended Andy because Jeff wasn't a complete straight shooter when he went on the live stream about that with Andy. Yeah, he did this fallback apology method, which is terrible. I don't recommend you do it when people are like, hey, I caught you doing this thing. And you're like, oh, yeah, well, all right, I did that thing. But I didn't do anything else. And then somebody's like, well, here's evidence you doing this other thing. And you're like, okay, I did that thing, but I didn't do this thing. And then somebody's like, well, here's evidence you doing that thing. You're like, oh, all right, I did that thing. And so it's this fallback apology. That's where I think Jeff went wrong. If he'd have just come right out and said, yeah, man, we had these conversations. We were fact-checking each other's videos. There was no harm. We weren't trying to hurt anybody or any of that. Or just come out with what the real line was instead of trying to make it look less bad than it was. But really, that's the only crime I seem to be able to detect. Unless I'm missing something. Granted, I didn't just dive into this because I didn't give a shit. Because I wasn't invited.
Yeah, I mean, I never really got too into it. Like, even when it came out, I know, like I said, Real was in it, and he DM'd me. He had, obviously he has one or two detractors, and so they were coming at him pretty hard. Yeah, he's a good creator. But he had a couple people coming at him really hard. And I didn't really have anybody coming at me until Brooks decided to use the doxing server as a plot, this master plot that apparently 6 of the people in the server made videos on him, and even though me, Waz, and Real are 3 people.
Well, I mean, you count as 2 each, right? Like, clearly. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't know where the crime is, and I think that the Senate should be about up. I think we should, Like Kraut should be able to put out
Don't
videos
worry,
again.
Jeff is going to be fine. He's now on national television. He don't give a shit about the rest of us.
What was that about? Do you know what the details of him
It was the
going
Jilly
on?
Juice thing. It was the if anybody hasn't been paying attention to Jeff because they've been ignoring him for
For 3 months.
his non-doxing, but doxing communications. Jeff has been going after this girl that's been trying to pump it's back to pseudoscience, where she's telling people to drink salted cabbage, like distilled salted cabbage water.
I heard that cures AIDS.
That's what she'll claim. And he's been basically just breaking it down as like the silliest, stupidest shit. Like, not that the rest of us didn't know that, but he's been breaking it down. Well, that girl ended up being pulled on to Dr. Phil, and of course, the biggest retractor of her is Jeff. So they had to bring Jeff in, and they had to clean him up. Let me tell you something.
I saw some pictures.
Oh, they had to slick his hair back, and they had to like.
And they
trim
put
it.
put him in a sport coat.
Put him in a sport coat and it dressed him up a little bit. Had to put long sleeves on him to hide the tattoos. They had to,
He looked more like Bono than I've ever seen him look.
He looked very normie, and it was hilarious to see him doing that. So I'm sure the Dr. Phil.
The episode won't be out for a minute.
It'll be out. Yeah, it's like a whole week long. So he was there like a whole week filming in L.A. That's why he was out hanging out with Blair. I think
I saw pictures of him with Real.
Real was there, and so Jeff was out there dealing with that shit. And so honestly, I think you're about to see another big boom out of Jeff anyway.
Yeah, look, because the thing is, all we did was drive him from talking about the topics that we talk about. And to be honest, I think a lot of people were the reason why Andy had that quick boost of success at the beginning of January is because people are tired of talking about the SJWs.
Yeah, it's over.
We get it. So people are looking for new topics, and all you did was drive Jeff back to talk about what he originally talked about anyway, which was pseudoscience.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I want to talk more about. I'd rather talk more about atheism than I would with SJWs and everything. I get it; it's just so tiring.
I wish Josh Fierstein would come up with something decent.
Yeah, come on, Josh, where you at, bro?
Be crazy again.
Come on, man. You used to be so crazy. I loved him. You know who I still subscribe to? The guy who rode the motorcycle and talked about atheism. Shock of God.
Yeah.
Shock of God.
Okay,
he's still putting out crazy content. It's just nobody watches it. Like, he doesn't matter. And to be honest, a lot of the channels that we were picking on during the anti-SJW, years, 2016, 2017, most of those channels were pretty small. Like, really uproars. Like, Christy Winter sort of won because the fact is everybody knows Christy Winter's name.
Yeah.
She had a couple thousand subscribers when all, but everybody knows her name. And I mean,
that's the other thing. I have issues with like Christy Winters.
I've talked about my issues on video. I've been pretty clear about my issues with Christy Winters.
I don't know. Her focus right now is just so bearing right now that she can't unravel from it.
Yeah, I know, and that was the thing. Remember that time I asked her out, like,
and she clearly wanted to, but she couldn't.
She couldn't because her thing was bearing.
Yeah, she's like,
real quick. We got a couple of donations.
Really?
Shannon Creatively Right, $5 says for the drink fund, Fane, with a heart. And we also got a 5 from the Laughing Man Had the Right Idea. Says thoughts on Razorfist's definition of doxing. When Studio Shojin used a picture from Razorfist's Encyclopedia Dramatica article and calling him Daniel. When Studio Chojin used a picture from Razorfist's Encyclopedia Dramatica article and calling him Daniel.
All right.
What?
All right, now
I guess you guys know. Yeah, I guess you guys know the
it's
deal.
exposing Razorfist's his first name.
Oh, okay.
Is basically what we're talking about here. And look, I had while I was in this imaginary feud with Andy,
the make 'em ups.
Yeah, Geek Thulu decided he was going to post a picture of me. Now, granted, I posted this picture a long time ago.
So he went through your media.
This just sounds very familiar.
Went to your Twitter, went through your media outputs, and
stuff that I posted myself, a picture I posted myself, but years ago.
That I took
of me without my sunglasses, without any of the thing. It's just me.
That's right. You can see Fane sans sunglasses.
That's right. And which that's
but
fine.
That's not the character though. The character.
It's not the character.
Right. So he's sort of doxing you.
I mean, but that's the thing. That's the thing.
Well,
it didn't upset me at all. He was trying to do it maliciously, because he was trying to call me fake. Geek Thulu was trying to say, like, I'm fake. He's fake. He's just playing a character. Sophane isn't even real, dude.
Which, by the way, someone behind the avatar calling someone else fake is very tough.
So
That's
funny.
a tough sell.
It's so funny. Actually, everybody, I don't want to do this here, but I'm going to go ahead and dox Geek Thulu. Geek Thulu is not really Cthulhu.
It's not.
He's some dude.
It's just a dude. It's just a dude. I bet he doesn't even wear glasses.
Dude, heartbroken.
He's just some dude. And guess what? I'm also just some dude.
So we found a picture of you being just some dude and ripped on you because you're stupid.
Yeah, but it was, but you know what was so funny is what he did was set up because he was critical of Battening.
Because Battening doxed Brooks. I mean, no, shh,
be cool.
No bullshit.
Cool. He can
no
hear
bullshit.
us. He can hear us. But the thing is, it was the same fucking thing. It's a picture that somebody else had posted that was out there and had already been owned, and then used again. It wasn't really. It's this weak sauce, watered down version of doxing. That
to me, doxing would be like if you literally went and pulled something out of that no one had.
Or I mean, you can still do it for public records.
I guess popularizing.
Like if you went and got my I mean, if you were out there tweeting out my address,
I do tweet out your address.
Yeah, I know. Stop using location on your tweets.
Found an extra fan this last week because I did that.
Hold on. I was the one that posted that picture in that Twitter thread. He looks like Fat Fred Durst.
Oh. I feel bad for Fred Durst right now. Fred Durst, man. Fred Durst.
Did we lose Battening? Is he dead?
No, he's there. He's there.
It's just
he muted himself. I'm doing the same, muting myself in between.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I don't interrupt.
Right. Yeah, I know. I know. We only had him for a short time, and we've just kept him here, hanging out with us.
So you guys could talk about yourselves.
That's all that matters.
That's a really good point.
We bring popular people on and then mock them and talk about ourselves in front of them.
Yeah, I called him.
Like, let's talk about you 5 minutes later. All right, let's talk about us for 2.5 hours.
We did that to Leon. We did that to Leon Lush with him.
We did it to Leon Lush, yeah.
First minute.
And now he's got what? He's closing on 200K.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Can't wait to see him in video. I really love him. He's really good.
I really love him.
I'll arm wrestle him though.
Yeah, I don't know. He thinks he's better than us. Is that what you said?
That's what I feel.
All right, that's because I feel that too.
I'm gonna arm wrestle him.
You know, also I am Alex. I know I can beat I am Alex in arm wrestling.
You could beat him with your breath. Your halitosis is vicious.
I don't have halitosis. That upsets my feelings.
I heard his pee-pees, everybody.
Oh, I was talking about Geek Thulu. All right, now, Geek Thulu, look, I saw, you know what? Actually, you're right. You did post a picture of Geek Thulu.
Okay. Oh, okay. I took it as Brooks. Okay.
No, he did. And didn't you comment on that picture?
Did I?
I thought you did.
I started
But Geek Thulu just so wanted you to know that he had nothing bad to say about you.
I say shouldn't. I'm the likable one.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. No, for some reason it wasn't coming through.
Oh, okay.
No, you guys were talking about channels that have blown up. Do you guys watch Nerd City?
I love Nerd City, and I actually.
My God.
I don't want to hurt your feelings. We're trying to get him on too, instead of you.
No, that guy. Oh my God. So back when I made my video, and I was blowing up like a few hundred subs a day, I was like, living the good life. I was like, man, my channel's blowing up.
Corks.
I look at him. He went from like 40,000 I think he's at like 200,000 now
He is.
within a matter of
he
3 or 4
messaged.
months.
Yeah, he is.
He messaged, I guess, Fane back because I don't think he.
Yeah, I
talks-
talked with him in the DMs a little bit.
He doesn't talk to me in DMs. He's retweeted and talked to me on Twitter, but he doesn't get my DMs, man. But I talked to him not too long ago. But you said that you had DM'd him about coming on one of our
Yeah, because the
streams.
thing is, I think he's from here.
I
Many scenes
don't
in his
dox
videos.
Him. Don't dox him. You know, it's like
All right, let's dox Nerd City. So many scenes in his videos are here in Atlanta.
he at least lives in the southeast.
And the thing is, I think he lives in Cabbagetown.
No,
I'm almost positive.
It makes me hate him now.
I know, but if you look at him, it makes sense.
No, it
doesn't
does make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Who was that other channel, Fane, that you introduced me to along with Nerd City? It was that transvestite girl.
Oh,
The
Glenn.
blonde one?
No.
Oh, wait, the blonde one.
Oh,
God damn it!
what's her nuts?
I
Is it
really
the
was
head-
talking.
is it the head trimmer?
No, it's ContraPoints.
Celestia Vega.
ContraPoints.
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 Dude, ContraPoints, I actually really enjoy. That channel's
really good.
I
content.
enjoy ContraPoints content.
It's like the drama of her videos is really fucking beautiful. I don't know. I really enjoy her shit a lot.
It's the lighting and the colors. Actually,
Yeah.
she uses a lot of the same primary color lighting that
Such a
Nerd
good
City
call.
uses.
Is that why we like High I Think I'm Real? Because he uses that like dramatic
That
light,
blue. His bedroom's so blue.
and he's got that sexy voice, and he keeps
Well,
staring at
and
us
Jester's
like he's trying to touch my
profile
penis.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I
Jester's
changed it, dude,
profile
and now
pic.
it's super bright, and all the ladies love it.
Hey, by the way, I
Yay!
I took that picture that you're
a thing.
seeing.
Yeah, I did. It did. I have edited it to make it look cool.
Yeah, obviously you were not wearing a black bar across your eyeball.
Those are super sweet shades, Dad.
Even though we do have the shades here in the studio.
Hold on, let me see. I'll go put this on.
Yeah, the canceled shades. Actually, that photo was taken right here. That Jester is using.
It's my favorite picture of myself. It's
I was
really
glad
nice.
that it came out the way we did not plan.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, that was what I wanted to go for, but yeah, it ended up coming out really well. Super awesome, dramatic, and I've always liked that picture, and I just could never settle on a logo.
That's a quick exposing us. Fane and I were photographers trying to do this in the
It's just like taking pictures of half naked dudes in their basement.
just dudes
That's
not wearing
basically
shirts.
what it
That's what we're into. But we started doing photography, and then we kept watching so much YouTube. We're like, well, we could do that in the studio, right? We could do that downstairs. And so we started filming, and then we had to buy better lighting to do continuous lighting that they're up there. You piece of shit. Well, come over here and talk to people, and I'll look for them. Are you going with the Kraut glasses?
I found these. Deal with it.
I was gonna.
So, all right, look, while we got battening, look, you like Nerd City. Obviously, I think you were watching Nerd City before we came around to watching Nerd City.
Possibly.
And what other channels? Look, I think you're a creator who gets quality here. What other channels do you think are going to pop? What other tips you got?
I gotta say, guys, there's this one guy. He's pretty good. His name is Philip DeFranco. I don't know if you guys have ever heard
He's
of him.
going to be big.
What? Who's this underground character?
Oh man, another one that I like as far as like atheism and stuff like that. Do you guys watch Heath? I think it's HIITH.
No.
Or yeah, something like that. Look up HIITH. He's a pretty good channel. He does a lot of flat Earth videos and stuff. I don't know. I guess I'm looking through my list real quick. Godless Cranium. He's a
Godless
good
Cranium.
one.
I really like Godless Cranium, and not just
Yep.
because he's been a supporter.
I
of
like
us for a while.
cognitive thought.
We do not like
Yep.
cognitive thought. I'm so over cognitive thought, dude. When he stopped having cognitive thoughts,
And just start being Andy's.
I can't say it without being THOT. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what the fuck you just spelled.
Thought.
Thought.
He doesn't know what that is. You don't know what that thought is, dude.
That over there. I got it.
Okay. All right. Good.
I thought it was funnier if you just explained it. But thanks for walking on that joke.
Yeah,
You know, there's a there's a couple small channels that I like right now. One of them is low res Wonder Bread. I really like low res Wonder Bread.
Oh man, that vodka's catching up, bruh.
God, it is, dude. Vodka, man. We haven't drank this in a while, man. It's really fucking getting to me. Look, I know people love cognitive thought, and people are like, I love cog in the chat, and I just want to go ahead and explain myself. Cognitive thought came at me with the dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard.
What was his argument? Because I remember
that because I was working and couldn't come on the Kumite, that I was some kind of coward. Eventually, I went on the Kumite, and they kind of proved his whole fucking thesis wrong. But really, all cognitive thought spent. I really enjoyed his videos, and I really enjoyed a lot that he was doing. But then he decided he was going to spend 2 months just licking Andy's balls.
Well, it's because his dick was so far down his throat that the balls was all he could get to. Where's my button?
Hey, boom, roasted.
Pad. All right.
You know who a good channel is that doesn't make content anymore, and it pisses me off because he was
Daddy 05?
No, good content. No, Autopsy 87. He was the first guy to ever give me a shout out, and then after that he kind of just stopped making videos. So I think I took over the reins. I don't know.
So all right.
Autopsy. You son of a bitch.
Autopsy. All right, look. Somebody's like, look, what did Mexico do so fast? I'll tell you what it did. Burnt the shit out of my face. And I've got some funny looking shapes going on. Somebody's like, looks like we got ringworm. I do have a rather burned patch. I'm peeling right now.
I got to drive around.
My face is peeling right now.
I got to drive around. You probably can't see it. You can see this white line right here.
White lines, 1980.
I got to drive around my truck today. It was nice outside. I had the window down, had my arm out, and just sunburnt the fucking farmer's tan the fuck out of this arm. Bam. So I'm good. And
somebody just said Billy Bong is awesome. I really like Billy Bong. What's funny is a couple years ago, back when I first started creating internet drama, I got in a fight with a lot of the Flying Monkeys. Everybody remember them?
I think they're coming back.
Oh, well, now they're called, God. They have
Called
a new
God?
name. They have a new name.
Nah.
It's not the Flying Monkeys. But it's AIU's, Atheism was top. There's a name that they're calling themselves. But the Flying Monkeys, I got in a fight with AIU and some of the Flying Monkeys, and that's back when he called me white trash, and
Skullduggery was one that went.
Skullduggery is the one that I really had beef with, but and so the thing is, I like place Billy Bong like in that camp, and the thing is, since then I've grown to really appreciate Billy Bong's the way he thinks, man. He's so fucking dry, cold, and rational, and he doesn't give a fuck if he thinks that the rational path is in opposition to someone he's friends with or whatever. He doesn't give a fuck, man. He says what he wants to say.
That's what I like about Gulf City is that as much as people, AP and Gasly, that they look at as much as they're friends with like Tonka, Failure, and Andy, they don't really give a shit, and they will they're not even on the ship that everyone thinks that they are, that they would just go after whomever at any point. Yeah, we actually bailed on them.
Well, I appreciate people who create content like that and who have opinions, and they're willing to. A lot over the last 6 months, I noticed a lot of people rushing to the right. It had been a slow walk to the right because we were so busy punching left, punching at the SJWs.
The inertia was pushing us right.
Yeah, you keep punching to left, and you're going to move to the right. That's just physics.
Which is funny because you've actually moved, I guess, politically because the scale has moved, and maybe you've moved a little bit. You had moved a little bit right. I actually moved a little bit more left, which I hadn't been before, and it feels very weird. I feel very dirty. I just got more and more annoyed by the people I'm supposed to be defending, and I think that was
that was my problem. I got fucking annoyed with the people on the left.
That's why there's way more centrists now than there ever was.
Actually, while we've got battening, where do you stand in the political spectrum?
I mean, I lean liberal. I consider myself a liberal.
I know,
which is kind of sad.
like 'em.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, seeing as what liberal has become. And
Fucking libtards.
the thing that annoys me, is you have, as much as I like,
fucking assholes.
as much as I like people like Sargon and stuff, we keep having these people like, Sargon and Dave Rubin who keep coming up with these, it's not liberal anymore, it's classical liberal, and they just keep coming up with it's fucking liberal, and they've just kind of let SJWs have the liberal term, and it's fucking annoying. But no, the thing that started getting at me last summer was when I started gaining a little steam and I started getting close to like 5,000.
Is it choppy?
Hold on. We just lost you. Uh-oh. Is it us? Our internet's shit in the bed, Pat. We're shit in the bed. God damn it.
Is it because I stood up? My face isn't on camera anymore.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right. No, I was just gonna say the thing that started annoying me was I was on somebody else's live stream. I want to say it was maybe Sinatra, right. And people were talking about their favorite channels, and somebody said their favorite conservative channels were Burying and Battening, and I was like, "Whoa, what? The fuck was that?"
Burying and Battening.
And then at that point, I started noticing just so many of these new channels coming up.
Wait.
That were
my speed unlimited.
Yeah.
We're gonna drink it. I brought this all the way back from Buenos Aires.
It's good right
It's
now.
a souvenir from Buenos Aires.
A souvenir of soda?
All right, let's drink
You're
it.
a silly
let's
person.
drink it. That's fine. All right. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. He was opening my souvenir can of Speed Unlimited from Argentina, and it upset me.
Oh my god.
But anyway, please finish your thought there. Listen.
no. I was pretty much saying the exact same thing that you said. Was that I realized we were doing so many videos on the left, and fucking Riley Dennis and Cat Black and all these people, and meanwhile this fucking wave of alt-right is just kind of scooting by in the background without anybody noticing.
That's I think what I feel what happened is that they watched everyone punching left so much, and that anybody that was either starting a YouTube channel or were trying to get their YouTube channel popular were going after the exact same punching bags. So you're safe. You're under the umbrella of the SJW movement. Anybody looking for someone punching left, that you got that attention. At that moment, though, a lot of the extreme conservatives or alt-right at this point started rushing around behind us, and I think Andy incidentally opened that screen door and let them in, thinking that this would be a good move, and it wasn't. And I think Andy's seen it now, and we'll see in the next month or so how he deals with it, because I think he'll be more retrospective on what's going on.
Yeah. And I want to say, look, everybody, look, I know the stream is chopping a little bit right now. We're going to wrap this up here in just a second. And somebody said my favorite conservative channel is Poison the Well. And somebody also said, ever tried that Old Smoky brand moonshine? Are you serious? You haven't watched any of our videos. Almost every video has an Old Smoky logo in it. Poison the Well is the best obscure right-wing podcast. The can is a souvenir, not what's inside it, darling. Oh, and that's April Rain, Rain Nation, Defender of Rights, Truth, and Liberty. So my bad, I didn't recognize that at first.
She's sending a couple of super chats already.
She's a good chick. She's a good chick.
I like
and I really like her. And she's been having a hard time. Anyway, with YouTube. YouTube's been fucking with her. But the thing is, I actually was worried that we had spent so much time punching to the left that the skeptic community was just going to go whole hog into this alt-right thing, that Andy Warski was going to be the Pied Piper. And I thought that Jeff came along and he's got a fancy accent and what you could consider over 110 IQ. And so everyone was going to just follow them all the way to alt-right. And I was wrong. The skeptic community pulled back. And And
I
I'm proud to call like 40% of you skeptics.
I think a lot of them started seeing the horse was running towards the cliff, and was, even though we felt that the cliff was a lot closer, maybe the rest of the community was like, all right. They just started pulling back on the reins, and Andy let GF go and let him fly off the cliff. I'm hoping
I think
one
one
of
of
the cases.
I think one of the big blows to the whole, the current, I guess, model of Warski's channel was when he had that one guy on there. I think his name was Todd, and the guy was spewing like the most homophobic shit you could ever say. And then, people in the stream were just kind of laughing at it. And I think it was him versus V. And, he was saying people should go to prison for being gay. And I think, that clip just started making the rounds on Twitter. I think that's when people started like, well, maybe we should start paying more attention here.
Yeah, and I'm glad people did, and it gives me some faith in this community, because it is a community, and I really appreciate that, because I was worried. The reason I was making so much noise on Twitter and shit.
Well, I think everyone got clouded at some point. And I think what ended up happening was when everyone was starting to get clouded on Twitter and they were starting to just love the frenzy of everything, once the frenzy starts to subside, they start to kind of sit back and go, wait, what are my politics? What are my personal, moral, feelings on situations? And I think people started kind of looking at it going, I don't agree with these certain people. And Andy jumping in and filling in for Baked Alaska on some of these streams, and
going on the Showa,
and all
the
of a
weekly
sudden,
Showa or daily Showa or whatever,
and I think it really kind of started pushing this. Wait, what do we really?
Community.
Yeah, that's Gonzo Duke, you son of a bitch. That's what I think ended up happening. I think after a while, when you get tired of hearing the bullhorn going, you kind of step back into the corner and kind of start thinking about it. You hit them both?
Yep. You got them both.
Because I said community. This piece of shit. I think people started just looking at themselves going on a moral scale, regardless of what's the frenzy that's going on the internet. They started looking at themselves going, what are my actual principles, opposed to looking at it in a personal thing like, oh, we hate Soyfane and we don't like this person, we don't like that person. And they started kind of looking at like, wait, why do where do I stand in it? And I think that there's been some pullback now on the people that originally were just caught up in the frenzy that have subsided, and they started going over it. And we've even seen some comments that have shown up on our channel saying that their feelings were they were a big fan of Warski and Warski Lives, and then after a while they started saying, I just couldn't watch anymore, and they started dropping off. And I think once they started dropping off, then that started continuing through the rest of the community.
Yeah,
community.
Well, all right, look, the stream is chopping up. I don't know what's happening. Somebody else is downloading fucking massive amounts of porn. AJ!
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I don't want to point any names, but I guess we caught him at masturbation time. The masturbation hour. But anyway, look, let's wrap this up. We're super choppy. I'm watching the replay. It looks really bad.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look. We understand. But thanks for everybody for hanging out. And I want to say, look, Battening, man, thanks for coming on. And I wish the stream wasn't fucking eating shit. Or we'd talk a little bit longer. I feel like I just started getting interested.
Yeah.
And what I had to say.
Everyone go down to the description. Look for Battening.
It's the first link in the description.
And you can also look for Clever Jester. He's down there too.
It's the second link in the description.
But we'll be on tomorrow night.
We'll be on tomorrow night playing Overwatch on Twitch.
Yep.
But really big special thanks to Battening. We've been trying to get him on for a month now.
And he's like super famous and hanging out with you slobs. That's super nice of him.
It's become super.
Yeah, there's a point when you guys had 12,000 subs and I had like 1,000, And I was like, come on, guys, do it.
Shut
Do
the
a collab with me,
Shut
man.
it down. Shut it all
right
down.
past you.
Press stop.
Burn this fucking
I was
thing.
like, come on, guys, let's do a collab.
He did.
And Fane was the only one that showed up.
Yeah. Yep. It was so bad.
We're cheap bitches. You just gotta
Hey,
catch us.
Practical Magic's in the chat.
If we're look,
I
you
love
can-
her.
you can- shut the fuck up.
Our first live stream,
I know.
she was host of.
I love Practical Magic. She's great. She was with Packer Pokes at.
Yeah, Packer Pokes out.
Anyway, I'm humbled that Battening came on.
I am humbled to have a superstar stream with us.
Yeah, well, the fact that he put you on the first video without me is why I have an issue.
Well, we have one coming up where you'll both be.
Yeah,
in,
and
so.
I'm the only one responding. Remember that.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'll
I'll highlight that.
make sure you put it to my channel, not his. Anyway, thank you everybody for stopping by and listening to So Bland and myself. Make sure you subscribe to Fat Bat.
Yeah, the Fat Bat. First link in the description. Oh, got him.
And we will see you tomorrow night on Clever Jester's channel.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Now, what I'm going to do here is see if I can do this without fucking bringing the whole thing to its knees.
Blowjobs, everybody.
God damn it.